For her. I have been quiet for a few days, because I've been busy thinking. I've been waiting for a reaction I expected, but I forgot when the victim is dressed like me, my claims are false and rejected. I thought for a second all human life is equal. I thought for a second all human life is equal. But this event is just another event's sequel, and I can't help but question what is seriously wrong with people. Stabbed 16 times, mainly where she placed her Islamic symbol. Among the millions of stories they create, her story remains just a thimble. But when for once the truth is so clear and the equation is so simple, they brush it under the carpet, refuse to announce. They won't even associate Islam with the attack, because they are waiting for another radical story, so then they will pounce. In this land of the great British pound, I swear that integrity weighs less than an ounce. Tell me what it is you gain from hiding the truth. What is it that you have found? For all I see is another life taken, the removal of another voice, another sound. I see all her late nights studying, probably up till 3 in revision, gone to waste. A degree, a near PhD, never to be used, all for some pathetic soul to feel fake pride and power, because even the criminal knew this would never make the news. And you wonder why the Muslim youth is fed up and tired of abuse. Take a look in the mirror and see the terrorist looking back at you. You're so quick to jump when the story is the other way round. Why? Because we all know it's another profit-making propaganda that you have found. If she was free to be naked, then surely the victim was free to be covered. So many hidden talents in any victim that now will never be discovered. So many tears that will be shed by the mother whose womb she grew for 9 months, all to die in 9 seconds, and not even be correctly reported by 9 news channels. Why? Because the tables so easily turn when the victim is classed as society's enemy for the way she dressed, as if a piece of cloth changed her rights, and if so, an important point needs to be stressed. But I swear for us this is a new low, for even I'm impressed. How many more millions will we spend in figuring out who kicks a ball the best? Why nobody cares about her is because they're too busy looking for someone else to impress, when she had more education than most, and ironically belonging to that same land that you say limits women and they oppress. Hang on, it's time for a second guess. An innocent woman, a daughter, a sister, and maybe a mother or a bride, now 6 feet buried deep, all for some man's pride, and the least you could do was reveal the truth. Let the story be known and let us highlight the abuse. But I know my words may not even come to use, for this is the media, where you choose between the check and the truth. So I'm not surprised at all the morals you lose, or the story you hid from the news. So don't you dare put your hand out to me asking for a truce. A broad daylight murder, 1 down, but you still have 1.7 billion to go. Did you really think you would stab us in the heart and that we wouldn't know? All these democratic speeches are just put on for show. They only report what they want you to know. They will only tell you what they want you to think. They only recommend where they want you to go. And if you disagree, you'll disappear within a blink. This is the world we live in. To know the truth, my heart feels heavy and it sinks. Why doesn't the ink print? Why don't the words say? Why is there a smoke screen in front of the camera when a life has reached the end only at the start of the day? Is it the British values that they spoke about just yesterday? No to radicalization, but a big fat yes to censorship. Push us to the ground and ask us why we trip. You can answer to her ghosts that will haunt you in your graves. To this media I refuse to be a slave. I will speak up and you will listen to what I have to say. So take heed, for your death is only a stone's throw away. She bared 16 stabs while you set 16 traps, trying to confuse people and hide the story. I can't stand when people say religion's got nothing to do with it, when it's the only and one and only thing they target if it was the other way around. Heed your message and heed our message, so simple yet so profound. Don't think just because you tape our mouths that we won't make a sound, and just because you glue our feet that we will remain stuck down, and just because you cuff our hands that our fists won't pound, and just because you salt our wounds that only makes us pray up and never look down. And just because you bruise us, abuse us, use us and confuse us does not mean we will let anyone refuse us. From these wounds we will see scars that will remind us. When our eyes are wide open, there is no way that you can blind us. And though trouble follows, peace will find us. We will never stay quiet. We will never forget. She will never be forgotten. We will not seek revenge and we will not threat. We will unite and we will stand, shoulder to shoulder, feet to feet. Let the Lord be my witness, we will not face defeat. We will not fall, though they create divisions between us, Sunnis and Shias, because they know when we unite, all they can do is fear us. For my beautiful sister whose soul has left the earth, we will keep up your legacy. Every wound will be healed. We will not surrender to their racism. Only to our Lord do we kneel. We will speak up and the truth will be known. It's too late for their apologies. Time to pass the message and pick up the phones. The world has lost its sense of balance. While she died in ways so violent, no one has been labelled a terrorist because the world remains so silent. How much can man understand when his ears and eyes are in a trance? Maybe if you looked up once in a while, for her there would still have been a chance. I'm tired of empty promises. I'm tired of fake news. Maybe it's about time you start doing your job and start by telling the truth.